First up on the show, as hopes of a ceasefire in Gaza dim, there are signals of tensions expanding across West Asia, with accusations and counter-charges and increasingly frayed ties between rival forces. Iran has accused Israel of carrying out what it calls a criminal attack in central Syria, killing 18 people. Iran rejected what it bases were struck while calling on Israel's backers to stop supporting and arming it. Sources said Syrian air defenses have intercepted and shot down some missiles. Israel is known to have escalated its strikes on Iranian-backed militia targets in Syria, and Iran's army and air defense systems have also been hit. Now, there are also calls within Israel for a shifting of focus to rising hostilities on the northern border with Lebanon. The former Israeli War Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz has warned that Israel is late in waging a war against the Iranian proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon. The IDF claims to have intercepted all of the 30 rockets fired by Hezbollah at North Israel on Sunday morning. Hostilities have intensified on either side in recent days, with warnings that it is only a matter of days before a full-on war erupts. Israeli Security Cabinet met on Sunday with a hostage for ceasefire deal on top of the agenda. Criticism has mounted for Prime Minister Netanyahu on the issue from the public, from within his own cabinet, and from the Israeli intelligence chiefs as well. Relatives of the hostages were reportedly told by the senior member of the Israeli negotiating team that a hostage ceasefire deal is unlikely in the near future. Hundreds of Israelis have hit the streets over the last few days, protesting what they call the government's failure to secure a deal. The negotiator reportedly told the families the only way forward is to end the war. Meanwhile, in the occupied West Bank, members of the Jenin battalion affiliated with the Palestinian Islamic Jihad movement held a parade and paid condolences to victims of the deadly 10-day Israeli raid. On the ground in Gaza, Israel's military continues to keep up its onslaught as well. The IDF released fresh videos of claimed strikes on Hamas targets in the Strip. Local medics say 61 civilians have been killed in the attacks in the last 48 hours. The only silver lining, the UN's polio vaccination campaign is in its third phase and is operating in the northern parts of the Gaza Strip on Monday, as just a tiny ray of humanity shows through amid the devastation. Health officials have reported progress, with close to 70% of the children having received the first dose. And close to 2,000 medical personnel are operating across some 150 centers. And for the very latest on this, our correspondent Jody Cohen has more.
It's thought that President Biden opposes making further concessions in negotiations with Hamas after Hamas executed 6 hostages, including 23-year-old American Hersh Goldberg Polin. And the US is reportedly urging Qatari and Egyptian mediators to assess Hamas's limits. In the absence of a deal, it's thought that the Iranian-backed Hezbollah could increase its rocket fire at Israel. The Israel Defense Forces have indicated that they are prepared for an escalation. And Benny Gantz, who now sits in the opposition, has said that he supports a focus on Hezbollah and Iran if a deal isn't possible. Meanwhile, Syria is reporting strikes in the Hama province, which is said to be a base for Iranian forces and weapons manufacturing. And Defense Minister Gallant met with CENTCOM Chief General Kurilla, who is back in Israel, to discuss the potential for an escalation. This is Jody Cohen for WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.